slaughters Ole Miss 105-75. LSU now 15-5 overall, 7-2 in the conference. The tendency might have been for LSU to have a letdown tonight after beating Georgetown, but as you can see, no problem there. Well, when you watch Louisiana Tech's Mark Weldon run, you see someone with a lot of ability. That's pretty apparent. What you don't see is the burden the former Shreveport Trinity Heights star has had to bear since childhood. Felicia Redmond has the story from Ruston.
Some outstanding sprinters have come out of Shreveport in recent years, and another thoroughbred is on the horizon. He's Mark Weldon, and he's raking in all kinds of records at Louisiana Tech. Mark's in his second year at Tech, and last year was All-American South Conference in cross country. He'd like to make this year one for the record books.
I sort of want to do is be the first person out of Louisiana to break a 4-minute mile. You know, and that's what keeps, you know, a lot of times when I'm not feeling like running, I always think of that, and it, you know, sort of gets me going again.
He fell only seconds short of that feat last spring when he won the ASC Indoor Mile. He hopes the Olympics are in his future, and his coach, Gary Stanley, likes what he sees.
He really believes in what we're doing, and that's crucial in all the events, particularly the distance events where you have large blocks of time to think while you're racing.
Mark's accomplished a lot of things out on this track. He's defeated opponents and overcome the odds, but the biggest thing he's had to overcome hasn't been on the track at all. Mark has Tourette syndrome. Tourette syndrome is a neurological disorder that for years was misunderstood. It usually starts at a young age and causes its patients to have tics. They sometimes blink excessively, twitch, move body parts involuntarily, and may even shout obscenities. Mark has had it all, and though there's no cure, for some, like Mark, tics can be controlled with medication. Despite his battles, though, Mark hasn't let Tourette get him off track.
It sort of made me want to work a little harder because, I mean, there's a lot of you know, people out there that told me, I mean, especially like I had a high school track coach that told me I needed to take up badminton because I'd never amount to anything in track. And, you know, and there's a saying, there's no greater a pleasure than doing something someone tells you you can't do.
Mark hopes his life will send a message to others.
Well, I just like to say, you know, if anybody else has got it, you know, just stick with it, and, you know, it'll get better. It always does. And, you know, I mean, I promise nobody had it worse than me when I was little, and if I can make it through it and do it, I've done. Everybody else I can, too.
Felicia Redmond, Nightcast Sports.
And we told you about that new NFL plan for free agency, some 600 of them.